All right, let's see. Hey, do 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 do. Almost online. Almost online. All right.
Whoop-a-doop-doop-a-doop.
Do 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 do
Shout out
do.
to Rick from Rick Sanchez in the chat right now. Well, the dub dub the dub.
What a dub dub de dub. All right, I think we are live. I think we're live. So hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of I don't know what are we calling this, man?
This is
Like
Game of Thrones,
Game of
season
Thrones.
7, episode 6. Ice, the song of ice and more ice. Blue eyes, white dragon.
Yeah, I know. That's a very appropriate name. Yeah, we're about to get into that. So, hey, so what is up, folks? Let's see. Let me pop up this chat, get this so we can see all the lovely little comments up there. So. Yeah, they got clothes, man. They want dude Akasan.
Now. I got clothes now.
Yeah.
The budget, the Kaiju Kojo budget is stepping up today. Yeah,
It's getting better. We're working on it. I've been kind of busy with family in town, but look, I got you some clothes, man. But your head can't move. Your head can't move yet. But, you kind of can.
One step at a time, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Thank you for the shout out, Ashley, on my Twitter. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Ashley. Ashley gonna get some air horn. You might not hear it, Akasan, but hold up. Oh yeah.
Dracarys.
Yeah. So today, folks, we're gonna be talking about some Game of Thrones. So hope y'all saw the episode. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it straight up. Look, if you haven't seen this episode yet, what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you here, man? Why you can't be coming because we're gonna have some spoilers up the ass. We're gonna get age rated now.
Yeah, age restricted already. There you go.
Yeah.
I think Game of Thrones itself, just the keyword of Game of Thrones, gets you age restricted for ads.
Yeah. We were kind of talking about that right before we went live. I was like, yeah, man, it's like Nintendo. They're just like they ain't playing, man. They are not playing. Not
anymore. Yeah.
Man. So yeah, I hope you guys already saw the show because we're gonna get in a little bit of spoiler territory. And,
yes.
Oh man, I'll say the shit hit the fan. It hit the fan, baby.
Goodbye, living world. Sayonara.
I know, right? It was like okay, yeah. It's like game over.
It's over. It's over. It is
totally over now. Yeah.
Oh man. Is even with the spoilers running rampant and the suggested theories, like, it was hard because some people were getting really clever for a while and they were just like, oh, I think this might happen, and they're like, and then I was like, wait, too many people keep on having the same speculation.
Yeah, there's no way everyone's that's like a hive mind. Yeah, we know what's up.
Yeah.
Oh man, someone's getting jacked in the background.
Yeah, somebody just passed out.
No, it's all cool. Yeah, man, like the spoilers have been rampant this year, but man, like honestly,
do you feel that's my first question for the video is, do you feel that's killing this season now, the spoilers?
Well, it depends on what kind of fan you are. Like,
okay,
if you're just like coming into it and you're pretty good, like if you're just getting into it, I think it might spoil it a little bit more. I think if you've been holding out for like years, I don't think the spoilers affect you so much because we've been dealing with like speculation, spoilers, and all that stuff, and we just want to get it done. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you're just new to, but I'm thinking it like, my theory is like, if you're just new to it, I think the spoilers affect you more because you're watching it like a show, right? And like, oh man, I didn't expect that to happen, or you already know what's gonna happen, so you don't have that connection, Like, but for me, I already have that connection. So if I hear a spoiler, as angry as I might get, I'm like, dude, I'm already chip invested, dude. They got me, man. Like, I'm watching this shit.
That's interesting because for me, it's like, okay, I've waited so long to get it displayed to me, to have it previewed to me, and shown to me properly. The last thing I want to hear is some kid dropping a spoiler as a comment and it being confirmed. I'm like, well, that sucks. I would have much rather,
It sucks.
Yeah.
I'm pretty upset about this the freaking the spoilers through thumbnails because it already ruined this episode for me. Like,
it did it.
Yeah. The first thing I saw when I was like, because I'm pretty good about, like, I've been trying to be good about staying away from spoilers and spoiler type content. But dude, you open up YouTube and it's not even like, because you're already looking up like Game of Thrones stuff in the first place, so all of a sudden it shows up in your recommended, and someone has like a blue-eyed dragon, and I'm like, thanks, dude. Thanks, asshole. You know, I couldn't block you. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking mad, dude. I'm so mad. Oh, I just pressed out game controller. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. But they robbed that from me. What kind of asshole does that? Like for real. Who does that?
Don't care. People that really don't care, because the theory is it's like, if you really want to avoid it, you wouldn't be on the internet. And it's like, dude, I didn't even know there were spoilers. Like for example, that the original leak that happened that first season and that first episode a while back, the one where Danny went like crazy, like burned all the Lannisters. So that one was leaked a few days in, but I heard about the leak when it first happened. So I was like, okay, I'm completely blocking out the internet like that. But this one, like somehow, I think it was leaked in India or somewhere, and enough people were watching it, but they were secretly talking about it and dropping it into the comments. They're like,
they know already. Trying to be sneaky and clever. You ain't fooling me.
They were like, hey, Akasan, I think that one of the dragons are going to get killed and turn into an ice dragon. I'm like, oh, really? And then I started seeing more and more of those pop up. And then finally I read like that HBO, like they finally announced that there was a hack. And I'm like, that. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, your face just crashed, but I'm gonna keep the camera on me while we talk. you kind of crashed there, but it's all good. No. Yeah, dude. Like the first hack. All right. So we had the India hack, right? That happened with the last the episode before last, and then we had the recent one was just HBO just messed up and released the video early, like this episode. And all right, so I'm like, all right, look, that's on you guys this time, you know. But the India hack.
But there's also a script hack. So like the final. So I'm warning you already. Like the final episode has been, the script at least has been hacked or something like that. So got to be careful out there, everybody online. But anyways, I was just curious about that. What do you think about the season itself, though?
Oh man. Okay, well, I do have some complaints. Some stuff. There's a lot of time jumping. But I can't get mad at that because look, I don't want to see them on boats. I don't want to see them on boats for an episode. You're like, look, dragons, man. Shit needs to go down. And then we get mad now that, man, they're jumping around too much, man. They're jumping around way too much. Oh man, there's just too much. These guys teleport machine again. You know, I'm like, but I get it. It can be disjointing because they're like, with this episode, they're like, oh, go send the Raven. I'm like, how fast are these goddamn Ravens, man? They're just, So what? Look, what if the Raven doesn't make it? That's what I'm wondering. What if? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that kind of stuff can get kind of take you out of it a little bit. But look, I get it. You got to keep the story going. So, but as a season as a whole, I'm happy. I'm so happy, dude. My
thing is, I just think, like Solar Glitch was just mentioning right now, it's like, I think the showrunners just don't have enough content to run off of. They just have bullet points. And if they try to write their own type of design, it's gonna feel really weird. So I don't know. Like,
Well, no, that's what happened. So George R. Martin, they haven't gotten to this part in the story yet. So basically, it's true. He gave them bullet points of the things that were supposed to happen. So story stuff might seem kind of disjointed. They kind of have to shoot from the hip a little bit more. I don't know how much detail was given in the bullet points of what's supposed to happen from what they want to have to happen in the books. I think from what I hear, he trusts their opinion a lot, and he's okay with what they do. So you can tell a difference. You can definitely tell a difference once you get off. Like once Jon Snow comes back, after that it's just off to the races. So it's exciting, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the books. But I'm just hoping, praying to God this fool doesn't die. You know what I'm saying? It's I can tell a difference.
Yeah, it like a lot of people have also been mentioning is like it's coming off a lot very fan fiction ish as well.
Like what parts do you think like? What parts do you have any parts that bother you? Like what they're saying that might be fan fiction?
Um. Well.
Loud.
Yeah, no, no. It's more or less it's the idea that right for the most part, and the fact that like the pacing does bother me a bit because one of the things that I like is the fact that good actors could really hold a scene and they're just on a boat like that, and I just be like, okay, let's smooth this out. Like it's very nice and smooth. Basically, now it's kind of like we saw kind of like two episodes in one episode, this particular fight type of deal. What I kind of felt would have been better is they keep John and the Suicide Squad. They could have ended the episode right there with them on that ice, basically, or something like that, or the White Walkers or whatever, the Whites running across the ice, and then you just kind of cut to black or something like that. It just would have, like the whole idea. I would have liked that idea of like sending the Raven, and you don't even know if it got there yet.
That might have been a good cliffhanger, and then
been just kind of nice and just kind of stretched that out a little bit more. But just the fact that you kind of see like Daenerys already riding the dragons and like on her way down there, and then she got to the wall, just like it's like, damn, we didn't even have time. Or actually, to be honest, the one thing that bothered me the most is like they pulled like a Superman. They pulled a Zack Snyder-ish type of deal. Was like, I felt horrible when Viserion was killed, and
okay.
But I didn't have time to even feel bad because they were already pushing the relationship with John and Danny, and on top of that, we see his ass get resurrected. Like it was like, wait a second.
No, I'm okay with that a little bit.
Really?
But yeah, I get you. I think it's like an episode and a half. You know what I mean? Like they could have stretched it out a little bit. I would have said, like, give me like an extra 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Get a little bit of that interaction between, or like cut it down. Because it's like it's one of those things like you can totally see like this is where you always hear like, oh man, this episode was all filler, or this one was just like too fast. And so I think this is one of those cases where it's like so like it's so close, like I could totally see how they can screw it over, you know. And then if they made it go too long, and we're like, then we'd be like, oh man, what the fuck, man, you know. But at the same time, like it's rare that we have situations like this. I'll say that where it's like, okay, it's just not enough. You know, we want a little bit more. We want to grieve, like you said, which is a very good point, by the way.
Right.
Because that was one of my pet peeves I was going to bring up later. I didn't feel that Danny was grieving enough. Does that seem right with you? Like,
no, you're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Like when the dragon gets taken down, she should have been like, no, you're doing something like, we don't want a Darth Vader no or nothing like that.
Right.
We don't want or nothing like that. But
I thought she like, if I were her, I thought she was gonna she looked for one clip. She looked like she had some sort of murderous intent to go take those other dudes out. But I was like, it was really weird. It was like, why are you I don't know. And then afterwards, I thought she was on top of the high tower of the wall grieving, but no, she was looking for Jon Snow. I'm like,
she was looking for I thought she was like hoping that the dragon might come back or something like that. It's like, no, she was waiting for Jon Snow. I didn't get that right away. I was like, I see what's up. No, good point.
It was really strange to me. Like the whole thing with Danny is a little off, and like, like
she's angry as hell now, man.
Woo. That's what I thought, but I didn't see that so much. I don't know.
I don't like how it was weird either.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I get why, but she has to be the dragon and stuff. But oh yeah, dude. Like oh god, I just had a point I was gonna bring up that you touched on that reminded me about how the way Danny was acting, or oh crap, I forgot. Dang it, I had a good point for you to tie up with what you were saying. Yeah, like some things. Oh yeah, I remember now. So I think what's weird about this episode is I think in the script that they wrote, they didn't do it the way that it could have been. Like if you, like I watched the behind the scenes a little bit later, like after the show.
Okay.
And they're saying like how like the way that the characters' motivations and how they're feeling and stuff like that. But like
it didn't show it, right?
It wasn't shown. It was just like the way it was filmed or the way it was acted. It didn't show what they were trying to say. So like they were saying how Danny was all broken up about the dragons and stuff like that. I didn't necessarily feel that with the acting, or like
right.
How
I agree.
How like when John goes back because he realizes that I'm gonna fall in. They said like he's gonna fall in the grenade and get them out of there. I was like, why is this fool going back there, dude? Just jump on there with everybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
That felt kind of wrong, but I realized like no, like I think in the script it was right, but maybe the way it was filmed. Don't get me wrong, this thing is filmed beautifully. It is amazing, but the way it was executed,
edited,
yeah, in the edit, it didn't come off the way I think it should have. And it seems I'm nitpicking, dude. This was a fucking beautiful episode.
It was
like lots of payoffs. Yeah. So
it was good though. It was good.
It was good.
What do you think of like, and honestly, I feel they probably should have just made this they should have just made this the Danny John focused episode. Like, I think it would have paid off a lot more, but they spent a lot of time on a plot that I know is important, but could have been wrapped up a little, like it didn't need to have as much airtime, and that was the Sansa Arya situation.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, dude. Good. All right. Yeah.
So if they had cut that out, cut that out and made it more of an epic movie event, like they've done with the Battle of the Bastards, and if I believe correctly, Hardhome might have been very similar as well, where it's just one scene and that's it. One area, it would have worked a little bit better. But I feel like because there is a lot of,
I agree with you. Yeah. They could have that whole "We're Beyond the Wall." That's the episode.
Yeah, that should have been it. Suicide Squad Beyond the.
You think it's budget? What do you think?
I feel that they probably don't have enough room in the final episode to cover it, so they had to throw it in there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how they went, because it couldn't have been budget because they
got all the monies. They got all the money.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's just you see that they've already filmed it. It's already happening, those scenes, and they could have had, you don't need a dragon in every shot, but you could have had a little more time of them on the ice talking to each other and.
Right.
Or just walking around. Like the pacing in the beginning was really beautiful, where they're all kind of getting to know each other.
That was amazing, dude. There's some jokes in this episode, man. There's some yucks in this one, man. Yeah, but I think that bonding stuff.
But either way,
more of that.
Yeah, but either way, I know what you're saying is that, I think we are being a bit nitpicky in decision, and I think the beauty of this is the fact that this gives book readers and TV readers to actually become book readers. So in a way, we're kind of getting a sample of what happens, but if we really want to see the full extended version of it, we need to read the book.
You need to read the books.
And I think that's kind of cool, like that. We can all be on the same, as long as things don't get leaked anymore, we can all be on the we can all be on the same page and have the same emotions. And when Grimm finally releases his book, we can enjoy it like that. We can all enjoy the book version as well.
Right. No.
The details there. Yeah, I think so.
Very good point, sir. Very good point.
Yes, I think so. Any other things that like stuck out? The one thing that when John used his Valerian sword, apparently he's not realizing that Valerian is like his sword is the thing that's killing the walkers.
Oh, no, he knows.
Really?
They talk about it. That's the reason why they're going to the dragon mines. So if you notice,
Dragon glass.
Dragon glass, right? So Valyrian steel is supposed to be made with dragon fire and dragon glass mixed together, and so that's the reason why it's so potent, right? So that's why, and the process, we were all thinking for a while that Genji would be the one that kind of figure this out and start making Valyrian steel for everybody. But anyway, so the process was lost. So that's why there's only a handful of these swords out there. So that's why they're like, it's like giving some a Bengati, you know what I mean? It's like a priceless heirloom. So, but they do know that the dragon glass is what kills the White Walkers. So that's why when you see Jorah like busting them out like knives, he becomes a knife man, which is I think very, very cool. But he's just like wrecking shit, right? And so I think like when they killed the one White Walker, White Walker, and then all the thralls kind of died. I thought that was kind of cool because it's like in like if you're like playing D&D or something like that, like you kill or like a vampire situation, right? You kill that one, all the ones die. And then when I saw that happen, I was like, oh shit, because I was like, why is this one not dead? Why is this guy still going around? And I was like, uh-oh. Here we go. So
I guess the theory on that one is the fact that if you kill the White Walker, you end up killing the whites that were turned.
Right.
Basically.
Right. It's like vampire stuff, Yeah,
so, I get it. Yeah. So there was only one left over like that. So yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool for it's some geek shit. I'm sorry, dude.
Do you think the Night so here's the thing, do you think the Night King he's the original dude and he turned like the babies into White Walkers and they grow into humans like that?
Yes. So it on season I think season 2 or
with the baby, right?
With the babies, right. So all those other like White Walker those other dudes with the like super headbanger hair, those are those babies basically. So you can look at it almost like a 3-tiered system. Like you got the Night King, you got the White Walkers, and then we got the kind of like the whites that are underneath it. So all the kind of zombie dudes. So yeah. So, yeah. So that's like when Dondarrion was like, if we kill this dude up at the top, they all die. And then Jon was like, no, if you kill that, then we lose the proof. But which is stupid.
Right. You're right.
But this is stupid. If they do that, then they don't need the Great Alliance, right? I was like, no, kill the dude, man. What the hell's wrong with you? So I was like,
I didn't realize
that's
what I didn't realize that's what he said. Yeah, we need proof. Okay.
Yeah, like so that's the whole reason they need proof is so they can stop the war. But like if you kill them, then there is no goddamn war, man.
Very
Just
true.
Kill them.
That's a good point. But maybe he doesn't. But maybe he doesn't realize that. Or maybe it's just on theory. Because they're going off of theory that if you kill the one that makes everyone the White Walkers, then they'll be done. But no, then you're right, because then Jon is like, oh, but we need the proof, because he said that because he thinks all of them would disappear.
Thank you. That had when I sat down for like when that happened, I was like, wait a sec, wait, something's wrong here. I was like, no, kill the freaking Night King. So like, look, real talk. All right, if I'm Danny, I'd be like, look, fry this homeboy up. You might lose it a dragon or two, but you ain't getting all of them. You know what I mean?
True.
So like, roast him and game over. But that's like what is it? One of those situations where it's like in Lord of the Rings, if they all just jumped on those stupid birds, those stupid eagles, and just fly to the mountain. Yeah, exactly. The story's over. So I was like, all right. Yeah, I'm just being stupid at that point. So,
that's gonna pop up on everything wrong with everything wrong with, or Honest Trailers Game of Thrones season 6, season 7. Yeah.
Oh, dude, no.
Imagine I'm getting on that. They're like, no, if you just take that dude out right now, like that.
We got to make that video real fast then.
There you go.
Oh man. Oh, you crashed a little bit, but I'm gonna keep the camera on me while I'm warming this thing up. So. Oh, sorry about. I am rocking these computers to the max right now.
Hey, do the damn thing, man. There was something else I was gonna point out. There was here's the main one that I'm wondering is about Jon having plot armor, but
okay.
My deal is survive that ice in the pool, that ice bath. It's not because he's strong. It's not plot armor. But my deal is he's the Lord of Light is keeping him alive.
They do mention that a lot. They're like, the Lord of Light has a purpose for you, so you're not gonna die. So you think he's got some super
Yeah,
supernatural plot armor?
he's got magic.
Interesting.
Magic was keeping him alive under that water because it just was weird. Like you were saying, maybe the in the editing something
Yeah,
got
lost.
something got lost, but uh, the way we saw it, the version that was debuted
Another
to
one.
us, just kind of saw like John was like, and I mentioned this before, is like John tends to be a bit selfish and like it's like war hungry. He's just completely focused on
Yeah,
just fighting all the time, and like
yeah.
this the better strategy would have been for him to fly away, but he
Right.
kept
He's
on
not good at strategy. He is
right.
not good at strategy.
He
He's
kept
a
on
natural leader. That's all.
distancing himself more and more from the dragon. I'm like, what are you doing, John?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, what the hell's going on here? And honestly, I think it's the editing. I think it's the editing.
Another
And then,
one.
oh, dude, we're getting some subs. What's up, people? Thanks.
but not just that, but I'm looking at this the chat right now is talking about how Longclaw opened his eyes,
What?
his sword. I didn't see that.
I
Oh
didn't see
crap.
that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and check it out.
Longclaw.
Yeah.
I always assumed Longclaw's eyes were open from the beginning.
Yeah, I thought it was. Hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. And check it out. There might be some shenanigans involved. There might be some shenanigans. So, oh, dude, I should have taken better notes because I have so many questions to get your opinion on about the whole thing.
Nah, I'm looking at it right now. Longclaw's eyes were always open. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, some shenanigans.
that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Now, okay, I have two questions. I'm gonna say it now in case I forget, but I'm curious to see your opinions on how it all ends. I have a theory about this now, and about have you noticed they've been kind of pitching this whole like what happens if you die, and they're talking about succession and things like that, and forgetting not having kids,
Right.
So like, I heard like this is like rumor territory, but like it came from George R. Martin himself saying that basically John is like a zombie too, or I mean not John is Dendarian is like a zombie, right? He's a opposite of the ice zombies, right? So they're saying that his blood doesn't run, and he's basically like a living zombie. So, but that's in the books, right? That's what they're saying that's going to happen in the books. So, like, if John, the Flaming Sword dude, right?
Okay. Oh, got it.
Right.
Okay.
So, if that's the case, was John brought back the same way? Is he a zombie too? Does this mean he can't have kids? And if that's the case, that means that Daenerys can have kids too. So, where does this end, right? So, say they win the Iron Throne, right?
Right.
They crush everybody. They break the throne. So it means there's no direct line of succession. There's no heirs. All the great houses have lost their heads, right?
Right.
So it's like, okay, what does this mean? How do we, as a writer, where does this go? I think this is my kind of how it all endgame scenario. I think it ends in democracy.
Okay.
Check this out. So like, say like you lose all the great houses, right? And then basically it's like, no, we want to have all the different cities of Westeros kind of represented, right? And so you can break the wheel that way, correct?
Got it. Oh, you break the throne.
You break the
There
throne.
you go.
Because that's what's going on. They said Tyrion said in this episode, like the Night Watch has things that they do to handle these kind of things. Because they're already like kind of hinting that Daenerys ain't gonna have no kids, right? Because at the end she was like, oh, these are my kids. I'll have no other kids, after this. Because that was in the house of the I forgot the name of the house, but it was like this mental trial. I think it was in season 2, season 3, right? They're like, you're gonna only have these 3 kids. You're not gonna have any kids after this. They told her all the prophecies. That's where you see the flashback where she's walking around in King's Landing with the roof blown up and then there's snow everywhere.
Yes.
So she can't have any kids, right? So I'm
but okay. So I'm reading something right now. One of the fans from Red Nation, they're like, Dany believes she's infertile due to her miscarriage, but there's no proof that she can't have a baby anymore since they are also ahead of the books. Pacing of the episodes become weirder, to be honest. Yeah. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So she just believes she's infertile. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll have to go back and research some of that because that was just something I was thinking about after watching this. So I'll have to go back and check my facts. But
Yeah.
yeah, I should really do like regular work instead of
Here's a
taking
good
this stuff out.
here's here's a good question. Where did
Yeah.
the walkers where did the whites get the chains to pull the damn dragon out?
Oh, okay, that's a perfect example where I'm like, all right, people, stop being assholes. Stop,
Yeah.
stop being assholes.
Yeah.
Look. Okay, I do have a couple theories, and actually, I was watching your review, and it kind of summed it up. I had a similar thought. Could have come from one of those hard home battles, right? Like they
Right.
could have had it. We don't know the amount of time that's passed between them digging up the dragon or not, too. So like, imagine like say the Night King, like they had the battle, right? And then the Night King was like, "Yo, I need this dragon dog."
Okay.
It's like, "Go get me all the chains," and they might have been looking for chains for weeks, right?
Okay,
So
oh,
I don't
fair
know.
enough. Fair
So we
enough.
don't know the passage of time. So
Okay.
that's my
They
cheater's way
they
of
went back
looking.
further north into the land of always winter,
Mhm.
and they got some chains somewhere, I guess.
Right. I don't know,
from a
man. I don't know.
from a
I just
boat.
guessing from a boat.
Yeah,
They got these boat chains.
I thought that
I don't
was
know, man.
funny. That was really
No.
funny to me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I agree. I agree.
it's one of those things. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
where did that come from? Yeah.
yeah. It's like editing and rushing. I think that's why we're having these
Yep.
questions right now. No, but
Yep.
that's a funny question though. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. I was like, yeah, dude, where they get these damn chains? And I said, all
Yeah.
right,
Right.
I need to quit. I need to quit. Um,
So okay, here's my thing.
mhm.
Um,
Another one.
where do you think? And do you think the next episode they're coming over to the wall?
Oh,
Because my theory,
half.
because what I was reading here, or what I was reading up on, is the wall. It's not impenetrable, but
Right,
it's protected by magic by the children of the
right,
forest.
right.
And my theory is the fact that the now ice dragon is going to create, instead of blowing fire, will blow ice and create like this
Ah,
bridge over.
over the wall. Yeah,
That's my theory.
yeah, that theory started blowing up like last year a little bit. It's like,
Oh,
but we
really?
don't. I'm kind of curious to see if it's fire or ice. That's my question too, because it would kind of weird if it's fire, but it would be kind of weird if it's ice. But anyway, no. So the rumor was like, is like, if you look at it like, because like I do like
Well,
a lot of script writing, right? So I'm thinking about beats, right? So like if you know how the seasons break up in eight, it's gonna be, excuse me, 8 seasons, and you know the last season it's all
yeah.
about the fight, right? So
Yes.
it's like, okay, if you want it, it's like when you're reading a comic book, you want to flip to the next page. The
Yes.
most impactful way you can end all that stuff, you got to break the wall at the very end. At the very end, the last thing you see is them busting
That
the
would be
wall,
dope. That
and
would
you're
be
like, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, yeah. Everyone's gonna be like, what the? It's on now, and because think about it, that makes sense though, right?
right.
So I don't know.
That's an interesting thing.
What do you think? What
I
do you
mean,
think?
the way Danny got there in super speed with her dragons, that's all it's going to take is that ice dragon to really take out Castle Black or any of those
Right,
places.
dude,
And
they're
all
gonna
that.
jack everything up, dude.
And
They're gonna be
ideally, honestly, ideally, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. Is like,
Mhm.
the Night King's probably going to ride the Ice Dragon, and they're
Mhm.
going to take over Castle Black, and then they're going to go right through. That's all it
Yeah.
takes, really.
Do you think they'll destroy Winterfell? Because they're right
Uh,
there, dude.
I think Winterfell's going to probably be the last hold. That's probably how
Yeah. Okay.
the
Okay. Okay.
season's
Okay.
going to end. Is
Okay.
Winterfell, like that's going to be the stronghold, basically.
That's good. Good. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I
Yeah,
would
because
think.
I could see
Yeah.
them all going up north in battle there. Because that's what. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Now this is we do a little bit of theory crafting. All right. So
Mm.
we know now there's 8 episodes left out of the whole damn thing, right?
Yep.
Like that's all we got. How would you? Or should we say we should probably save this for a different episode? But how would you break down 8 episodes, the last 8? Because they're probably gonna be super long, right? Like about an hour and a half each or something like that, right?
That'd be nice. Yeah.
That'd be amazing. So there are gonna be mini movies, but how would you break down the last 8 episodes? All right, we already kind of guessing that it might end with the wall coming down on number 7, right? So that gives us 7 more, right?
Right.
So that means you gotta break it down in a way. I'm just off the top of my head is like,
I'd say
you need an epilogue.
Right. My opinion, if they can't get their editing together like cleaner, because recently, because of their pacing, their editing has just been all over the place, which I haven't really been liking so much. It hasn't been as smooth as it used to be. So that being said, I would prefer the majority of the episodes to be uh, section only based type of stuff. What I mean is like, okay, show what's going on over here. Don't keep jumping over here. Like, just focus on this particular story being told. Kind of like, I guess, in a sense, a 24 type of idea style. Like, okay, show me what's going on over here, and then next episode, show me what happened over here. But it's the same time that's going on. But I just want to stay focused over here. I don't know if that. I don't know which one works better for them that way.
That makes sense.
But,
I feel you.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, like, like I'm thinking. All right, look, you're gonna have to have an epilogue, right? It's gonna be like Lord of the Rings, right? So one episode might be just like everything that happens at the end, right? So
it's gonna be a time jump.
Time jump, right?
Time jump. John's gonna wake up with a white beard.
And then everyone riots. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. Oh, yes. I would kind of laugh if that happened.
Alessandra's going to be like, oh, you're finally awake, Prince. Like, what?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I have this kind of strange theory about Jorah. Like, he's going to give his life in a weird way. He's got to he's going to do something.
I thought he was going to give his life. So that was probably something I would have liked to have seen is like, I thought Jorah was going to take on the White Walker.
Yeah. I can see that.
Oh, sorry, the Night King. I thought he was going to take him on. Actually,
he's going to do some. I still think that can happen. I think that's going to happen. He's going to do something to sacrifice, because you know the story with Lightbringer, right? The whole thing about the Lightbringer sword is like he like stabbed into the heart of his wife, like as a it was the last thing that, because they were trying to make this badass sword, right? And, that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, I'm getting way into theory shit, so never mind. I'm totally nerding out way too much. Yeah, dude.
Particularly with this episode, anything else to really stand out? Like the
Arya?
Even though that issue, I was like, what is going on with giving her Sansa the knife and she's gonna carve her own face out?
Yeah. No. I think she was just kind of like, I can kill you if I want kind of thing. I don't think she wanted to like, carve your own face. I don't think it was that. It was just like, you passed the test kind of thing.
Okay.
So because they were playing the game of faces. Yeah. Dude, Arya just got like a serious bug up her ass real fast. I don't know. And I think
really, I thought it was Sansa actually the other way around.
No. Sansa had a bug up her ass too. How she was talking to Brienne and stuff. Right. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I keep saying that, but I'm like, it's like I could see how fans are gonna be mad with Arya a lot, because she's like like everyone loves Arya, like since she was like a kid. So there's a little bit of that. They're too connected to it, you know. So, she was like, dude, she was mad as fuck this episode. Like,
yeah. But I will say, what I did like about the fact was the way Sansa was actually walking in. Sorry, not Sansa. The way Arya was walking in, just like her old master, her old trainer, with her hands behind her back.
I didn't notice it. Oh, that's so good point. Good point. Yeah. Like good point.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
she's like gone full Jedi Master kind of like now. So
yeah, it was just the way she was just kind of moving around and talking, just really just like her old teacher, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting position when you think about it, because she's mastered a lot of the stuff, right? But she still has like these kind of like, not naive, but like her, like the way she's reacting to this is like childlike in a way too, right?
Which one?
Like the way she's like, she can't understand that's why Sansa would have to do this to keep herself alive. And
very good point.
You know, but she's acting a little bit childlike. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she's got mad skills.
Well, I have heard theory that she's playing Littlefinger, so that's how it's
Yeah.
happening. So she knows that Littlefinger is watching her, and
Hmm.
she's playing into it to basically trick Littlefinger like that.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I didn't see that right away because usually in filmmaking they'll like have there's a term I forgot what it is, but it's like when you see the a gun that's in the room, right?
Yeah.
And then, oh, that's it. Holy shit, dude! You just hit. Okay, check this out. So if you
Okay.
see a gun magically appear in some movie, right? Then you know they're gonna use it at one point, right?
Right.
So
The
check this
dagger.
out.
Yeah.
She gave uh Arya gave Sansa the dagger. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So I'm thinking it's a stretch. The dagger will be in play. But there's been some
I
rumors
got
about
it.
that
No,
too.
here's
That kind of makes sense.
no, here's an idea. Is the fact that she's probably gonna go to Baelish and be like, "Oh my gosh, she gave me a knife. I think I'm gonna have to cut my face." And then Littlefinger's gonna have to say something to save her life, basically.
No, I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna take her face off.
Well, I know,
I think.
but even just playing, pretending,
Oh, okay. Yeah. No,
it's possible.
yeah. There's a reason why that's in her hands. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I want look. All this stuff can be solved with Bran. Why are they not talking to Bran? Bran knows everything. This is just stupid. Bran should be like, no, dude. He's done this shit. You know, like when she's
Yep.
all like, I didn't know what to do. Just ask Bran. He knows. I know it's all creepy in the corner and stuff, but just ask this fool. He knows.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. The chat. Someone was like emo Bran.
Tell him.
So,
Tell him.
yeah. So,
Well, cool. Yeah,
what
I
do you
think
think?
that.
You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we got it. It was pretty good, right? I think
Yeah, good
so.
episode. I loved the interaction between the squad. You know, going up that conversation stuff. It was funny stuff. I know I didn't talk about that enough, but I don't know. So I know we don't have a rating system of this, but how would you rate this episode?
I thought it was in terms of the story moving along. It was really cool. I wish most of it wasn't leaked. The information wasn't leaked, so that kind of bothered me because the moment I heard say Danny is our only hope at this point, or Daenerys is our only hope. I'm like, oh god. And then when I saw all three dragons leaving, I'm like, wait,
That's
is
way
it?
too many dragons.
Yeah, I was like, is that about to happen? What everybody was saying, like in the chat, and I was like, crap. And then the moment he took that ice spear, I was like, oh god, good night.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I saw your reaction. It was funny. You were like, no. I was
yeah.
like, oh, yep.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I was like, new. So I might this week. I think I probably won't be reading my comments as actively as I usually do.
Don't. There's gonna be
Yeah,
another leak, dude. There's gonna
I'm
be
sure.
another leak.
Well, the script's already been leaked, so
Yeah. I tried
yeah,
to be good
it's
about that. I didn't see. Like I
always
just, yeah, like the beats that I heard from the future. It was it's like simple stuff like the wall has to come down at the end
right.
of the season. You know, simple stuff like that. But other
That stuff,
big stuff
yeah.
like that, I've been trying to stay away from. So I want to enjoy this as much as possible. But it's
I
they're
agree.
making it hard
But
now.
I'd say it was a pretty solid episode with it was maybe 8 out of 10, I guess.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 Dracatus, but I'm
Yeah,
bringing it down to 7 because
yeah,
the editing could have been
a
a
little
lot
choppy.
better. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
it started off really smooth too. That's what was
yeah,
weird
dude.
about it, but it just kind of this went crazy. It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's man. It's difficult because they dropped some bombs in this one, like big bombs with.
Here's a good question. Why did the Night King launch a spear at a flying dragon and a smaller one at that compared to a sitting one? Maybe because that one was attacking. I don't know.
I don't know. No, he's got them. He got crazy gains, man. Crazy gains, dude. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a damn good question.
Maybe because
You
that one
ruined
was.
this for me.
Well, no, but maybe that was because that was the one that was attacking his army, pretty much.
Yeah, but wouldn't you go for the bigger threat, right? Like the dragon's prone, right? They're like it
True.
can't move because people are trying to roll up on him, right? So wouldn't you? Dude, I would suggest, yeah, I would throw it Drogon. You make God. That's a good point. I would throw that at.
Originally, I thought that's where it was going. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too. I
guess my only other nitpick is the fact that they've been focusing so much on Drogon.
Mm-hmm.
The whole season has been focused so much on Drogon that I couldn't really even tell which dragon was hit, other than that it wasn't Drogon. And they put it like its death was such a side, like you said, Dany didn't even seem like she was grieving. Right. It was like, wait, what? And I didn't even know which one it was. And but
it's hard because they're so blued out, you can't tell who's who.
Right. If they had spent time getting us used to those particular dragons, the other ones, it would have been nice. But it
would have been nice. No,
it's okay. It's named after her a brother anyway. Brother, so
right. Yeah, he had to go.
Yeah.
Dude, your Red Generation is dropping some jokes. They got some jokes in the comments for it.
They are funny, man.
They are funny.
They are good. Red Generation, my apologies for the I'm in the office today, so I have to use my low voice. Otherwise, I'd be a little more hyped. But definitely join us next week. Next week, that's the big one. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah. That's gonna be the crazy one. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I would have to give it an 8.5. I would like to rank it higher, but some of the choppiness with the editing kind of took it away, some stuff away. They were like Benjen was like, "What's up, guys? I'm out."
Dude,
that was so
dumb. Yeah.
I get it. Budgets, you got to move this stuff along. But it
that dude showed up to die.
He just showed up. Yeah, he was like, Benjamin.
Yeah, Benjamin out.
So, yeah, that was kind of. But yeah, I give it an 8.5. I was kind of expecting more, but it was hyped up so much. Yeah, it's difficult. I loved it, and it's like a nitpicky 8.5. There's a lot of cool stuff.
I could see that. Yeah. So I could definitely see it. Hopefully, the final episode ends on a very good cliffhanger. Though we haven't had a very good Game of Thrones cliffhanger in a long time. Yeah.
So I know you don't watch the previews for the next episode, so I won't say anything. So, but yeah, no, we're in for a doozy. Next episode, okay. I think a lot of things are going to be answered. They have to be, because things that they don't even say in the teaser for the next episode. We got to find out what's going to happen beyond the wall. Bran's obviously going to be dropping some knowledge at the end of this episode,
like a mixtape.
Yeah. Hey dog, I'm dropping my next mixtape, baby. Brand, no.
Brand the rapper.
Brand the rapper. Yeah, because he was silent in the last 2 episodes, so no brand action. So he's gonna be bringing something strong next episode, just script writing wise.
Let's hope so.
We got to find out what's going on with the Iron Board. We got to find out what's going on at King's Landing. So there's gonna be some. For it to be the last episode, they're gonna drop some serious knowledge bombs. So I'm curious.
Looking forward to it.
So once again, Akasan, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Honored guest. I'm glad I could at least give you some clothes this time. So and thank you to the Red Dreaded Nation for showing up on the stream. Yeah, man. I guess we'll have to see what's up next episode. So, dude, we talked for almost like 50 minutes, man.
Like a Game of Thrones episode.
We talked as long as the episode. Yeah, but yeah, I gotta sign out, do some editing, and I gotta watch me some Defenders.
So. Hey, same with me, man. It's I'm working it all out for Defenders. Maybe tonight I'll check it out though. Yeah.
Cool.
And then maybe, okay. No, we good.
Yeah, we good.
Something about Dragon Ball, so that's all. But not.
Oh, well, yeah. We'll talk.
Dragon Ball Super. That's all.
Yeah.
Got it.
I feel you. All right, folks. All right. So we are gonna leave. So remember, folks, hit that like and subscribe. You don't have to like it. You can subscribe though. We need them subscribers, baby. So all right, folks. Once again, thank you guys so much for being here. I love your faces and all that stuff. I guess it's just what I always say. Bye, bitches.